Hello bleepers! God, blooming hell, it's hot. Not good for my Celtic sward, I'll tell you that. But the sun is shining, the day is beautiful, and I'm going to go to the beach, which gives me the perfect opportunity to talk about my guide to beach metal detecting. It's not my guide to beach metal detecting, it's your guide to beach metal detecting. What I've actually done is, I'm no expert, but I've got a bit of experience, or quite a bit of experience with beach detecting. But what I've done is I've basically just pulled all of the really good, useful information from the internet. From forum posts, from all the videos I've seen, from all the websites I've seen, and basically I've just put it all in one place on this video. The internet needs to be thanked for this, not me. Some of notoriety that I'd like to point out, a metal detecting forum that I visit, which the link is below. A couple more things. I'm not 100% keen on beach metal detecting. I only do it because my fields are all crops, and I like to look for history rather than things on the beach. I'm not really into looking for jewellery and stuff like that. It is fun, and at the end of the day you're still detecting. But I just kind of wanted to say that, if you do find anything, I mean, I'll definitely, if I find anything, I hand it into the police. That's just something I do. I know it's a bit sketchy. Some people are completely opposite, but I just wanted to say that's what I do. If I know that something has a chance of being delivered back to its owner, then I do that because I would like it to be done to me. One last thing. Okay. I've set up a site called beachmetaldetecting.co.uk where this video will be hosted just by itself, and what I want to do is, if you guys know any other great tips about beach metal detecting that I'm missing this video, can you mention them below, and then I'll put a list beneath that video on the website, or I might just put a little small forum or something. I just want this to be like a communal thing where we can all help each other out. So I want this video to be a bit of a hub of activity concerning beach detecting, and trying to get us all to swap ideas and communicate and things like that, because I'm no expert, as I said. I've got experience, but there's some guys out there who are definitely experts, and we can get them on board. It'd be brilliant. It's .co.uk, but that doesn't mean to say that I'm eliminating Americans or Australians or Spanish or anybody. It's just the only URL I could buy. Okay, so just everybody that beach metal detects around the world, please get involved in this, and we'll see if we can come to any common agreements. Right, let's do this. Let's crack on. Look at that. That's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Ah, lovely. Lovely, lovely. Right, let's get down there, but I can start explaining things. The first thing that people presume when detecting and beach detecting is that the best time to go metal detecting is in the summer, because obviously there's lots and lots of people out here, and the weather's nice and people are congregating, etc, etc. But it's actually, that's a bit of a misconception. The best times to detect are actually in the winter and the autumn, and I'll explain why a little bit later. First things first, it's best not to detect when there's lots and lots of people around, for obvious reasons. People get annoyed, they see detectorists as a bad thing. You're going to get hassled by kids, you're going to get hassled by dogs. Wait until the evening when there's not so many people around, like this. Not so many people around, it's good for detecting, really. I can't see any other detectors out at the moment, but I'll probably wait another hour, and then I'm going to get out there after I've done this video. Okay, so what do we get on the dry sand? What are the best items we get? Well, we get lots of coins. We get lots of coins, obviously. We get the odd bit of jewellery where people, they tend to put the jewellery onto their towels, and then they flick their towels, and the rings and that just shoot off in some direction. And we get the odd phone that can come up, and we get a lot of rubbish. In fact, it can be quite hard work detecting on the beach, because on the top end, because where people sit, you get a hell of a lot of rubbish. A lot of stuff gets buried. It's where people leave their crap. So anything past the high tide mark, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. But saying that, you will find items. And if you are willing to do a bit of hard work on the dry stuff, then where and what should you be looking for when you're detecting? Well, first things first, look where people sit, look where people congregate. I mean, if you look at this beach, it goes all the way down there. There's a huge slope up there. Back that way, there's lots of shops and things, so people are going to tend to congregate around this area around here rather than down there. Obviously, you're still going to get a lot of stuff, but I'd say that this area is the area where the most things are going to happen. If you have a beach where you can figure out where the high tide mark is, you can't on this beach because the water comes all the way up here, the sea comes all the way up here. But on some beaches you do get a high tide mark, and if you can find that mark, then straight away detect that mark, because that's where everything tends to get pushed, or it goes down, and it all, for a while it will end up on that high tide mark. So try and detect there first of all. If you detect pebbles, and a lot of people do detect pebbles, I detect pebbles, I quite like it actually. If you do, then you'll see like a ridge line which goes along where the sea has pushed up, and then there'll be a line along the top like this picture here. Okay, detect along that line, because that's where people sit, that's where people tend to sit. They always sit on ridge lines like that. Always, without fail, check cigarette packets. Okay, check packets, because this is where people tend to put their money so it doesn't get wet, or this is where people put their jewellery or just anything. They stick it in packets, and I know so many people that have found just stuff in cigarette packets. It's ridiculous. I mean, I haven't yet, but oh no, I did. Yeah, I did. I found a £10 note actually. A few when I first started detecting, which was cool. But yes, always check them. Basically, on dry sand, that's pretty much it. Look where people are. Look for the high tide mark. Look for cigarette packets. You will find stuff, but as I said, you're going to find a lot of rubbish. But the good finds and the really good stuff comes down on the low tide mark. Now, all beaches, as you can see, slope downwards, right? And they always slope downwards to the sea. And we all know that, okay? So all the good stuff is slowly being filtered through the beach and will appear up over this end over here. Now, when I say the good stuff, with this philosophy, I've seen people find like really old rings, hammered coins that have been in under here. There'll be hammers under here, and they've been here for 500 years and more. Okay, people are always finding silver sixpences over in this place, but you're not going to get as much finds as you get up in the dry stuff. But your finds will be better. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Up here in the dry stuff, you're going to get a lot of rubbish. It's going to be hard work. Down here, you're not going to get so much stuff, but hopefully the philosophy is that your finds will be a little bit better. Now, as we go down this beach, we can see that it's sloping down, and here, I don't know if you can see that properly, but we have like natural gullies that are appearing. Okay, we're not at the low tide mark yet, but we have these natural forming gullies, which are good. It all comes down, boom, and it will appear again in places like this. So if we get down near the low tide mark and we're looking for similar things, we're looking for valleys or gullies or rocks or anything like that. So for example, down there, straight away I can see a big dip, and I need to go get my metal detector now, and I need to give that a good check out. Rock pools can be a bit of a nightmare, because what happens is that there's a lot of metal and iron in rocks. My detector always goes off in rocks. So what you need to do, hold on, let me get stupid hair out of my face. So what you need to do, and my glasses, it's rude. What you need to do is you need to dig out as much stuff from around the rocks as possible, and then detect that. Just dig, loads, dig loads out, get a part of it, detect it. But if you do that and there's nothing there, then there's probably no point in pursuing it. Okay, as we're going back up the way, as I go get my metal detector so I can get back down there into that valley, it's a not good opportunity to talk about this. Then, you know, obviously there's a good chance that stuff's going to congregate in a place like this, yeah, because it's a perfect catchment area. Stuff comes down, gets filtered, and then just ends up getting stuck in places like this. So, as you saw on the list, don't forget your wellies. But while we're here, it gives us a good opportunity to talk about groins and piers and things like that. Again, groins, good catchment areas. Stuff gets caught both sides. Depends which way the waves and the sea are going, but stuff is going to constantly get caught up here. Could be a bit of a nightmare because they have these big nuts in like that, but I found a lot of stuff just away from the groin as well. Another good place is piers. If you can get, like, when the tide's out and get underneath a pier, people that are hanging over the side and they're having a good look at what's down there, they lose their rings and stuff and jewellery. And also fishermen, when they're casting out, they see, poof, bam, there goes goes their ring, that's gone as well. So piers are pretty good places to look for things, but obviously the sea moves things so quickly. I once did a test with a 20p piece down here, actually, coincidentally, and I thought, well, I wonder how far this will go. And I was in the water, I was actually in the sea, because I had a canoe, and I dropped this 20p down, and it was literally moving meters within seconds. So we're looking for things that get caught. That's what we really, really want. Okay, we also really want to be looking out for this. Okay, so if you look here, we have sand, right? Normal looking sand, and then as we come in here, can you see how dark it is? It's a lot darker than everything else around it. In fact, there's quite a few dark patches all over the place. See here? Dark patch. You might not come out of the camera. But anyway, we're looking for these dark patches on the floor. This is what we want, because in these dark patches it means that the sand is thicker. The density is a lot thicker, and because it's a lot thicker, stuff gets caught in these black patches. So this is where we want to look. First place, go to the black sand, go to the dark sand as you're making your way down the rest of the beach. Okay, and the biggest lesson, and the thing that you need to learn most and more than anything else concerning beach metal detecting, is know your beach. Learn the lessons that your beach is telling you. And when I say that, how do I explain this? Okay, when I say that, if we look at our philosophy that things go down and then they come back up again, right? Wind and things like that can knock layers of sand off. Okay, so if layers of sand are coming off, it's like if we're detecting like fields. If we could lose a few of the first couple of feet that we're digging, there's a chance that we'd get down to other finds that we couldn't find. And it's exactly the same thing with the beach. But the beach is constantly moving all the time. It doesn't stop moving. And what happens is that you get layers of sand that go missing, all right, through be it storms, be it just high winds or anything. And what happens, you get these bits that go missing. You should go detect when you see things have gone missing. How do you know that things have gone missing? Well, things like this are perfect. Take a mental note as to the depth of where the sand is on that, for example. Take a mental note where the depth of the sand is on that. Take a mental note of the stairs that are up there. Count how many stairs there are. See what's going on with your beach. I know for a fact that this, because this is my marker on my beach, I know for a fact that this has gone down a lot. I'm not entirely sure why that is, but it's definitely gone down. Now that tells me that this area here will be good for detecting, because obviously I do it all the time, but now that I've lost a lot of the layers, there's a good chance that I might find some other stuff that's going on down there. And this pretty much comes to our conclusion. Why are the summer months not as good as the winter and autumn months to metal detect? Because the waves and the wind are not as violent as they are in the summer months. Always metal detect after a big storm. Always. You know, if you can get the opportunity, get out there and metal detect after a big storm. Because what's going to happen is that sea and those waves are going to maybe push in hundreds of miles of stuff violently towards your beach. But more importantly, it's going to knock the top layer off of the sand. It's going to bring sand and move sand around the place. You can have your mental markers like that, and you can go like, right, that storm's coming and it's done this. That area has definitely gone down, or that area has definitely gone down. And then you get out and you go to that area, and that's where you detect. I've only just recently learnt this. But it makes so much sense, and talking to so many experienced metal detectorists, that's what you do. That is definitely what you do. And that is pretty much my guide to beach metal detecting. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said before, please add your tips below so I can add them to a big list which will be added to that website. We could do something really good here, I think. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to go detecting now. Do you want to come along with me? Check out this really thick clayey stuff down here, see? Perfect, because look, it's dark and it's horrible and it's thick and it just catches things. I think that used to be, in a past life, it used to be a 50p. just still make out Britannia on the front. But this is where I'm detecting. See this little catchment area, as we spoke about, right across here. See what we can get. Just found someone's glasses. They look like mine. You can see a reflection of mine in there. No, they're not going to be usable, are they? I do like a pair of aviators though. Here's me looking at you, you looking at me. Another pound coin. Finding a lot of stuff actually. Quite a few coins. I'll round it up later, a lot of rubbish as well. Another good area is where the swimmers have been, so you've got to kind of figure out where the tides have gone, etc, etc, because swimmers come out and with like suntan lotion and the fact that your skin shrinks in the sea, that's how people's rings and things fall off as well. I've got a signal here. Okay, let's be digging her. I'll do this live I think, just in case. Okay, let's get myself set up quite nicely. It's the old digging with one hand trick. It's a nightmare when you've got the camera in your blooming hand. Should be quite close to the surface though. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, a little bit further down. 2 or 3 inches. Oh, it's a can, I reckon. Something big and horrible. What be you then, sir? Oh no, it's a... You find a lot of these actually. Oh, do you? What is it? No, you don't tend to find a lot of them. Coat hangers? Who brings a bloody coat hanger to a beach? I thought it was a tent peg. God, you got any idea how many of these bloody things I've dug today? I must be... I don't know. Me and my mate Greg come out a few nights ago and we dug about 30 of them. I don't know, my detector really likes 2p pieces. I reckon I'm going to get about the same this evening, because I just find so many of those things. God, crap that people leave behind. Hopefully that just saves some kiddie's feet. My sand scoop is filling up with coins now, I tell you, and forks and things. Look at this guy. He's having a time of his life. Oh, I want one of them. That is brilliant. Oh, he's coming around. Amazing. So, I think I'm going to call it a day there. But earlier I said that I don't really like beach metal detecting. Well, do you know what? I lied. Because it's not always about what you find. Yeah, it's not. It really isn't. It's about the fact that I'm in this environment. Look at this. It's beautiful, it's warm and it's sunny and it's just nice and it's really relaxing and I'm getting fresh air and I'm getting healthy and it's just amazing. So it's not always about what you find and what you don't find. It's about the experience. So let's have a quick look, shall we, at what I've found and what I haven't found. I haven't found anything good, I know that. But I found a lot of stuff. Let's turn you off, fella. Thank you for your services. Okay, yeah, a lot of coins, as you can see. I've only been here a couple of hours. It's probably about 3 or 4 quid there. A fork, someone's glasses. Don't know what that is. I only found 1 ring pull. Can you believe that? 1 ring pull. Oh, it's amazing. So yes, I hope that some of the tips helped you out. Yeah, as I said, it's not always about the finds, and you know, the good finds, they're actually quite rare, but it's good fun, isn't it? Anyway, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.